It is the start of the Lunar New Year, one of the most important holidays on the Chinese calendar. Chinese communities around the world are celebrating, but the mood is more somber this year. Concerns are growing over the spread of the deadly coronavirus. In Wuhan, the center of the outbreak, many festivities have been canceled. 41 people have died so far in China, and more than 1,200 have tested positive for the virus there. Patrick Falk is a freelance reporter in Beijing. He has more on what Chinese officials are doing to contain this deadly outbreak.
Well, the big new development in terms of precautions is that the government has mobilized 450 military medics to go into Wuhan to try and get the situation under control. We're talking about people with experience fighting diseases like Ebola and indeed SARS, the disease that's so closely related to the coronavirus. And this is particularly significant because it's an indication that the central government, as opposed to the provincial government, is increasing its involvement in what's happening there. And up until now, there has been an increasing sense that authorities have been running out of ideas. The cases of infections have been rising dramatically by the day. And of course, we've had a big jump in the number of deaths as well today. So this is another big step in the direction of trying to get the situation under control. Separately in Hong Kong, there have been some fresh developments there as well. The government in Hong Kong has declared a state of emergency in the city. It's keeping schools closed for at least another week after the Chinese New Year holidays. It's cancelled its annual marathon that's taking place there, and also it's said that people must give a health declaration when they arrive in the city from Wuhan specifically, and anybody that gives a false declaration will be fined. But it gives you an idea of the sense of panic that's slipped over into Hong Kong as well. One of the leading microbiologists from the SARS 2003 crisis, Yun Kwok-yung, has said that there is a small window of opportunity to prevent this from being a full-blown outbreak in places like Hong Kong and Macau as well.
Despite those best efforts, concerns, though, about medical supplies running short, Patrick. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, this is something that we've been hearing about for a couple of days now, people lining up to try and get things like face masks and all sorts of other supplies in Wuhan. But the other thing that they're doing there is they are now building a second hospital, we are told. Remember, they were building a hospital that they plan to have ready in the space of 5 days. They are now building a second hospital to house another 1,000 patients, at least another 1,000 patients, which gives you an idea of just how much more authorities think the numbers could rise in terms of infection. But, certainly, as far as we understand, things in Wuhan not good at all. It seems to be turning from a state of panic into a state of desperation. We're hearing reports about some people going from hospital to hospital day by day and not being able to get treatment because it's just completely rammed full of people that are desperate to get checked up.